Hey everyone, Cynthia Ray here. So today I want to share with you a little lesson about hunger stoppers and things you can do to eliminate the feeling of hunger or be able to make your fast last a little bit longer. This is specifically for beginners, for those of you who are wanting to stretch your eating window a little bit more or feel more comfortable with fasting in general, whether it's a 14-hour fasting window, 16-hour fasting window, 18-hour fasting window, just to make it a little bit easier on you so you can feel more successful and you can feel like you can press on a little bit longer with your fasting window. So I know for some it's really easy to do, for some it's not so easy. I know for me in particular, I'm the type of person who can fast, but the feeling of hunger for me really never seems to go away. It does later on when I've done longer fasts, but it takes me a while if it does or where it comes and goes. So anyway, for those of you who are feeling hungry but are feeling really uncomfortable, just know that that feeling of uncomfortable is actually what's going to help you to get results and progress you even further. So there's a little concept called hormetic stress. And this particular type of stress is a good stress. It's the kind that when you push your body a little bit, but not too much, it actually causes your body to heal and make positive change. However, right, there's other kinds of stress too. There's ones where you're in distress or overly stressed, then it's going to push your body over that limit and cause you to have negative symptoms or have your body break down instead of building up, like with hormetic stress. Hormetic is HORMEDIC, hormetic stress. There's another term that can be used actually as an adjective is, or sorry, noun is hormesis. So hormesis is a type of stress. Hormetic is kind of like what you feel. So, for example, a good example of hormetic stress, a good stress would be, for example, lifting weights. Let's say you're lifting weights and you're not really feeling anything. You're just kind of, or even let's say you have nothing in your hand and you're lifting a weight, or you're lifting a weight that's light and you're not really feeling much happening, you're not going to see a change, right? But if you're lifting a little heavier weight and it's uncomfortable, not painful, but uncomfortable, that's an example of hormetic stress. You can even experience hormetic stress if you are fasting. We talked about that already. When you're fasting, you feel a little uncomfortable. And that hormetic stress, that feeling of uncomfortable, like I said, is what's going to push you to the next level and make you start feeling a little bit better. I have a little chart I want to share with you to give you more of an idea of what this actually looks like. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So here is what hormetic stress looks like, or different types of stresses. So we have the stress or hormesis spectrum. So insufficient stress basically leads to a sedentary lifestyle, nutrient deficiency, and intellectual deprivation. So not only is this talking about your physical, but also intellectual. So you're not extending, you're not challenging your mind or your brain, and you're not growing in that area as well. So if you're sedentary, not doing much, you're going to have the consequences of that, which would be atrophic loss of health, strength, function, and cognition. So if you're just kind of like a couch potato, living your life, not doing anything, having no stress on your life, you're going to have a negative consequence. However, right in the middle here is hormetic stress. Hormetic stress is exercise, nutrition, fasting, heat and cold exposure, sunlight, and intellectual challenge. And when you have these things coming into your life, you have an adaptation that improves health, strength, function, and cognition. So another example of hormetic stress, actually I misspelled it earlier, it's with a T, HORMETIC. Hormetic stress, I love this one. For example, the sun. Being in the sun is super helpful for you. It's anti-aging. It helps you, your brain to have more clarity. It gives you more energy. It just, like I said, reverses the aging process. So if you have too much sun, right, then you can get a sunburn, skin cancer, and just reverse age or accelerate your aging. So also the same thing with hot and cold exposure. I know it's really popular right now for people to do those hot baths and cold baths and go back and forth. But of course, if you're sitting in too cold or too hot for too long, especially too cold, it can cause too much stress on your body and you can have your skin can get burned. You can decrease or increase inflammation and impair your immune system. But if you do it in just the right ratios, the hot and cold, you can actually have the opposite effect where you're improving your health, you're decreasing inflammation in your body in a healthy way. So those are some ways you can implement hormetic stress. On the other end of the spectrum, like I said before, we have excess stress or distress, where you're so stressed out that you get to the point where you can't think clearly, and you're participating in what they call maladaptive coping strategies. So that's where you're binge eating, overeating, emotional eating, over exercising, doing anything in excess in order to compensate for feeling under distress. Okay, so let's avoid that as well. So excess stress could be overtraining, excess nutrition, and and substance abuse because of burnout or just experiencing burnout overall. An overload of stress intensity or duration that harms your health, strength, function, and cognition. So right in the middle, we have the green light for hormetic stress, and that's the one you really want to tap into. So when you're experiencing hormetic stress, like I said before, and you're feeling like you're uncomfortable, but you can do it, you can press on. You might notice that hunger comes in waves. So it lasts about 20 minutes, and most people don't go beyond that. We just basically go and eat when we're feeling hunger or uncomfortably hungry. We'll go and eat, so we don't really get to know what it's like to let it go. And if we let it go, it's about 20 minutes after that heart starts happening. So our bodies are conditioned to eat at certain times of the day. So ghrelin, our hunger hormone, will be triggered by memory, by when you've eaten the day before or when you regularly eat. Hunger will come on, and you're going to feel like you want to eat. But if you push past it, just know that hormetic stress is building your body up. So it's nothing that you can't handle. It's uncomfortable a little bit, but like I said before, when you strengthen that fasting muscle, the more natural it will be and the more tolerable it'll become. So count on that. And even when you feel hormesis and you're going beyond that hunger, and you're passing up hunger, know that autophagy is occurring too, because it's a trigger for autophagy, for breaking down those bad cells and replenishing your cell supply with better, healthier cells. So know that that's happening too. Now, you're just not doing it just to do it, but you're actually healing your body in the process with that little bit of hormetic stress from skipping food when you're actually hungry during your fasting window. So with that, I want to give you a few little tools that you can use, that you can have in your back pocket ready to go. So if you're new to this, or if you're doing a longer fast and you feel like you need a little bit of help to push past to that next level, or maybe those last couple hours of eating of your fasting window, you can do a few different things. So in order to do that, you can keep yourself busy. If you're feeling hungry, it helps to ignore it, keep yourself busy. If it's later in the evening, you can just go to sleep, or just in the afternoon or early evening, you can go to sleep. Exercise is one of those things that helps to reduce hunger or take away that feeling of hunger in your stomach, because your blood flow is focusing more in on your muscles for their energy. So that'll switch your metabolic gear. Also, caffeine, some studies say, and some people say, that caffeine helps to suppress their hunger. So if you want to have your black coffee, and if you're a beginner, have your tablespoon at the most of half and half creamer, or coconut creamer without any added ingredients, just coconut. So if you want to do that, that's fine. To get that caffeine in, you can do that with tea or coffee, or even unsweetened iced tea. You can do that as well. Another thing that helps is sparkling water. I know for me, that works best for my hunger. And if I grab some sparkling water, it helps to snuff that out a little bit. The other thing you can do, I know a lot of times many of us feel like we're lightheaded or dizzy, like those typical low blood sugar type feelings. But more often than not, as your body's getting conditioned to switch gears from being a sugar burner and instead going into your body fat as a fat burner for your primary source of energy, when that starts happening, it's mainly you're feeling that way, the low blood sugar. It's not necessarily that your blood sugar is low. Your body's conditioning to going from a sugar burner to a fat burner, so it's going to access those fat stores for energy. You're actually low in minerals. So you want to make sure that you're getting in minerals, whether it's the Element or LMNT minerals that I recommend. I'll put the link for that here too. For those minerals, you're going to take those in, pour it. Kind of, the LMT minerals kind of look like a little pack like this. This is my MCT oil, but a little pack like this you get on Amazon. pour it into your water bottle. I have my water bottle here, pour it in there, fill up your bottle, give it a good shake, and sip on it throughout the day. And you're going to notice right away, it boosts up your energy, your brain clarity is amazing, and just realizing that you're underhydrated or under mineralized. So make sure you're getting that potassium, sodium, and calcium in so you get those electrolytes going and help you out a little bit. It helps a ton when you're fasting and you're not comfortable, but it gives you that salty feeling, that salty taste. It feels like you're eating something. So there's some little hacks and tricks that you can use. You can keep yourself busy. You can go to sleep. You can get some exercise, get some caffeine, get some sparkling water with those bubbles going, and then also your minerals. Another great thing you can do is I have my MCT oil here. And this is actually one of those things that'll plug up your hunger pretty quick or stop it. So this MCT oil is in little packs. It's easy. I just tear off the tab here. I have my tea right here, actually. Tear it off. I put it in my tea, and it does not stop your fast or even autophagy. I'm pretty sure it doesn't even cancel out autophagy. So you can do this while you're doing longer fasts as well and put it in your tea, and it blunts your hunger. So that's really helpful. This particular one is Bulletproof brand. I got this one on Amazon as well, and I can share those links with you. Brain Octane Fuel, it's C8 MCT oil. It's super keto, sustained energy, and fat burning fuel. So it also helps with brain clarity as well. So that's helpful. And another thing you can do, there are some things called fasting snacks I learned from Dr. Mindy Pelz, and she shares about this. Some people who are fasting purists don't agree with this, but I'll tell you why. And mainly, if you're eating a fasting snack, it's because it pulls you out of autophagy, and autophagy is that healing part that you get from fasting when you have no food introduced. But with these fasting snacks, you can still gain the benefit of it being in ketosis and using body fat as your primary fuel source. So you'll still get the fat burning effect or utilization effect, even if you have these fasting snacks, but they're for kind of beginners or people who are wanting to go a little bit longer to help you push to the next level. You can have these fasting snacks. So one of them is bone broth. You can have a cup of bone broth. You can do a hard-boiled egg, half of an avocado, a tablespoon of nut butter. You can do walnut butter, cashew butter. I know some people really love macadamia butter. Peanut butter, I like that, but I'm wanting to switch it maybe to something a little bit more clean. As long as they have no added sugar in them and they're the raw version, that's the best way to go. So those really will plug up your hunger. MCT oil I mentioned already. Avocado. Let's see, what else am I missing? I think those are the main ones. Yeah, so you can enjoy half of an avocado. Even if you want to put some lemon juice on it, that's fine. Half of an avocado, MCT oil. You can do coconut oil too. MCT oil is a pure source of MCT. And if you have any issues with cholesterol, coconut oil has a little bit more of a propensity to elevate body cholesterol levels, but it's not that significant. You can also put those things in your coffee or tea, like I said. So there's these little things that Dr. Mindy also recommends. They're called keto cups. And there you can buy them at a health food store or health food grocery store. And they look like Reese's peanut butter cups, but they're dark chocolate with some nut butter inside. And she said if you have one or two of those, that also will still keep you in ketosis. So some things to consider, some little tools to try that'll help you to get a little further with your fasting or feel more successful in the process as you begin to extend your fasts a little bit longer. So know that these fasting snacks, speaking of hormesis again, that will keep you in a hormetic state. So you're still stressing your body a little bit, but it's helping you when you're new with fasting, not getting into that distress area where you're getting too much stress in your body, but it keeps you in a place when you're in hormesis, still challenging your body, but keeping that distress at bay. So hope that helps. And let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later.